If you give me clap once. You guys hear me? Clap twice. Alright, cool. Look, my name is Mr. Jason. Miss Burden told me that I could teach a lesson with you guys today, so I did so. And when I was making this lesson, I was like, I don't know, Miss Burden. Are you sure they can handle this? And she was like, my students got this. And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, my students are legit. Is that true?
Yeah.
Alright, and that's what I expect from you guys. So, if you guys have any questions or you guys want to answer when I ask you something, what are you guys going to do? Raise your hand. Alright, if I do the clappy thing that I just did right now, that's what it's called, the clappy thing. Afterwards, I want complete silence because I have something to tell you guys, okay? When I do that, it's because I want to tell you guys something. I have another one that I like to do that is a lot quicker. Alright, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to say baloney, and all of you are going to raise your hand, you're going to say baloney, and then right after, shh. Alright, so let's try that out first. Everybody make a bunch of noise. Ah! Baloney! Alright, cool. Alright, awesome. Now, what are we learning about again today?
Volcanoes.
What?
Volcanoes!
Alright, yeah. Gosh. You guys scream like the elderly.
Wait, you wanted us to.
Volcanoes. I think that's how it's spelled. Alright, what is a volcano?
It's like a mountain full of lava.
A mountain filled with lava. Is it filled with lava?
Magma.
It's filled with magma. What any other like your own versions, your own definitions of volcanoes?
It's like a giant mountain. It's a small mountain on an island.
It can be giant. It could be a giant mountain, or it could be a small mountain. Yes.
It's Earth's plates forming into a volcano.
Yes. Sometimes it's a little weird how it can happen, but here's the like the really scientific thing that the definition of mountain or hill, typically conical. So when you guys see a volcano, they'll usually be like this, like a cone. I'll explain. Does anybody know why?
No.
Does anybody? Okay, I'll explain to you guys right now. Having a crater or event through which lava, rock, or fragments, hot vapor, and gas are being or have been erupted through the Earth's crust. So this is basically what you guys just said. But I like to think of volcanoes like pimples of the Earth, because basically under the Earth. Did you guys learn the layers of Earth?
Yeah.
All right. So one of the layers is really hot and really dense, and so because it's less dense than the Earth on top, it's trying to go up, and that's why the lava goes upwards. I'll explain a little bit more in a minute. So, what's the difference between magma and lava? I saw your hand up first. Go ahead.
Lava is like a hot liquid on the surface, and magma is like a hot liquid under the ground.
Yes. Spot on. 1,000 points. They don't count for anything, but you have them. You're welcome. Now, so if you guys see this, down here is where the magma is. But once it comes onto the surface, that's technically considered lava. Alright? Any questions? Comments? Concerns? Alright, cool. So what is lava and what is... Oh, you guys already answered this one. So, you guys... What is lava and magma? Go ahead. Oh, she cheated. So, basically, what happens when lava comes out, when it's finally not magma anymore and it comes out and it oozes out, lava is going to cool down after a while. It's not always forever going to be red and like super hot and boiling. So it's going to cool down and it's going to turn into rock. Can anybody tell me what kind of rock? I've been looking for a big, broad term for rocks that are specifically from volcanoes. Igneous rock. There you go. So, hold on. So when this all cools down, it turns into igneous rock. You guys went over this a couple weeks ago, didn't you?
No.
Like a week or two ago?
No.
Not the types, no. Not the types of rock.
Miss Vernon.
No, we haven't covered that yet. Nope.
But we
Okay,
learned that
so
in fourth and third grade.
Exactly. Yep.
yeah. So sorry guys, I thought you guys had gone over this. But when it cools down, it turns into this type of rock called igneous rock. It's its own type of rock. It happens when lava cools down. Who would ever swim in this? We'd say for $1 million, go swim in that lava.
No, 2 million.
You'll die? Who says you'll die?
You will get the money if you die.
I'll tell it to my grandchildren.
Alright, I got a question. Is magma cold or is it hot since it's inside the earth? Go ahead.
Cold.
Cold? That was a trick question. It's hot. It's always hot because it's super hot rock. It's rock that's been melted, and that's what basically lava is. All right. Igneous. Oh, it turns into igneous rock. Everybody say igneous rock.
Igneous rock.
It turns into igneous rock.
It turns into igneous rock.
Yeah. All right. So, how do you make a volcano? There's some steps. Go ahead.
You first there's a little volcano
Go ahead.
are you talking about like one of the volcanoes you actually can make
No, I'm talking about a real volcano.
Oh, real?
Alright, yeah. Alright, so the first step, you gotta get some magma. You gotta get a bunch. I'm talking like millions and millions of tons of magma, right? And you gotta get it to like rise up onto the Earth's crust. Does anybody in this room have enough magma to make a volcano?
Nope.
What?
How are you gonna hold it? If you hold it, it's gonna burn your
I
hand.
don't know. Maybe like a big old truck. Anyways, alright, baloney. Oh, that was a sad baloney. Baloney. So first, you get some magma, right? And you get it to rise. This is the Earth's crust. The Earth's crust is basically all the floor of the Earth that you can see. That's part of the crust. So underneath, magma has to rise. You got to get a bunch of it to rise. That's step number 1 to make your volcano in real life. Yes, sir.
The way it explodes, like it has to like press against each other, and when it has like no room, it actually pops out and explodes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that right now. So, step number 2. So, all that magma that you just got for your volcano, you're gonna make sure it starts going up and up and up, and the pressure starts building. This is really important because of step number 3, which is my favorite part. Kaboom! Everybody say kaboom!
I feel
Kaboom! That's pretty cool, huh? I didn't see that.
It looks like a thunder.
Yeah, like a thunder.
Yeah,
It's like
Alright, so
And rain.
you guys let the pressure release, and then kaboom! Lava's gonna come out of the top. So step number 1, you gotta get a whole bunch of magma to rise. Step number 2, you gotta make sure that there's upwards pressure on the magma because it's trying to get out. And step number 3, it goes kaboom, and now that's how you get your volcano. But you gotta, once that lava comes out, you gotta let it cool down because
Does it take forever to cool down?
it takes a while, man. It really does. It's gonna be hot for a time.
like a year, like a day.
I'd say like a week.
What?
What?
I thought like 3 days. The most.
I'm not completely sure. Here, tell you what, guys. I'll look it up, and the next time I'm here, I'll tell you guys for sure how long it takes for lava to cool down. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Who asked that question? Good question. Everybody say, good question, you.
Good question.
You want to know the answer?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Ms. Burton has the answer. Drum roll, everybody drum roll.
Basaltic lava flows can form crusts that are thick enough to walk on in 10 to 15 minutes. But the flow itself can take several months to cool.
Whoa. So the answer
I don't think I'd want to walk on it, just an accident, you know.
So what's the answer basically?
So, just to be safe,
Never.
wait a whole year.
There
to
you
walk
go.
on some lava.
What? No.
I was right.
Alright, so,
I guess
alright, so,
like a few
So,
years back.
up down here, can everybody see this? Down here is where the magma was rising. And then, when it came up here, it got so dense, it exploded out from the top. Now, you guys see these layers?
Yeah.
So, okay, so before, it was just the crust. It was just the crust, and magma came out, and it created this small, it created this small volcano right here. But then, when it exploded the second time, it exploded and it oozed over, and it created this other crust over it. You see what I mean? So every time it explodes, it gets bigger because it like oozes on top of each other. Like it oozes on top of the volcano, the mountain. And that becomes rock, and it becomes even bigger. You guys understand?
Yes.
Thumbs up. Give me a woohoo if you understand. Alright, cool. So every time it does that, it oozes onto itself and it gets even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Go ahead. Can the volcano get smaller? I guess if there's like if you throw if you have like a giant missile just go.
So free? Yeah, it's gonna make the lava even go.
Yeah, it's gonna probably make the lava go everywhere. Go ahead. There's volcanoes all over the world.
There's one in El Salvador.
El Salvador. All right, there's a state in the U.S. that's made entirely out of volcanoes. Entirely out of volcanoes. All the land is volcanoes. Go ahead. Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
So Hawaii, underneath the ocean. It's called what? Anyway, so underneath the ocean, what happened was the same thing. There was volcano eruptions underneath the ground, and it kept on oozing over, and it kept on cooling down, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it came up on top of the water. And all those little islands from Hawaii, those are all just volcanoes.
What?
Yeah.
So they can die anytime?
I don't know if they're still active.
Yeah, they are active.
Some of them.
Well, there you go. Some of them are still active. And they have to be careful with them.
How many?
That sounds like a good research question for you to work on your own.
All right, guys, baloney. All right, so rising magma, building pressure, it explodes, it oozes on over, and it creates a new crust. Okay? So now we're gonna watch some videos real quick. And just two. We're gonna watch two videos. One's gonna kind of go over. Wait, go ahead. Yeah. One of them's gonna explain what I just explained, and then the other one is gonna be a video of lava, like really up close, and the scientists like going to go check it out. You know? You'll see right now.
Why do you do that, Sebastian? I want to see if he's the one doing it. He's not
How's the girl?
Oh, hey, sweet. Oh my gosh, Sebastian. Last time I was supposed to do it, and
Alright guys, so here's an activity that we're gonna do.
that's not the game.
Drawing time! Woo!
Sebastian,
Alright,
that's
so
not the game that we're playing.
you guys
I just made the name up.
you guys are gonna draw your own
made it up.
volcano. What time is it?
They have 25 minutes.
You don't know.
25 minutes
I
to
just
make
made
the
it
most
up.
beautiful volcano in the whole world. Alright, so
Well, anyways, what is it?
I'll tell you the real
where's this
winner.
guy going?
Go on, go sit down. Go sit down.
Hey, you touched it.
Alright, so you guys are gonna be drawing a volcano. You're gonna have to. Here's a couple things that your volcano's gonna need. You have to show that it's building pressure. You have to show the volcano erupting.
You showing us an example?
We have to show like this. Show us an example.
And we just saw an example, a really good one actually.
That one.
I want you guys to draw something similar. I want your own version though, because if you guys are just copying this one, then it's like, it's not that very special.
Take one, pass it over.
So,
You said you were gonna play in our free time. I told you not to.
baloney.
I wanna play in
I said baloney. Remember, right after I say that, I want it like dead quiet in here. So I need you guys to say something, okay? If you give me clap once, you give me clap twice. If you can hear me ready to listen, clap 3 times. Alright guys. So you need to show that it's building pressure. You need to show the eruption. You need to show the oozing lava. Yeah, I want you to show the volcano layers. Remember how in the video she showed the layers?
They're coming.
I want you to show the layers in
Take
yours.
one, pass it back.
Please,
Around.
please put your name, please put your date on the paper, okay? Please
Couple people up
label
front don't
this.
have it.
When you're drawing, label this. And while you're at it, draw a nice scenery in the background too, like the sun, draw some birds maybe, a cat.
Up there,
I don't know.
Cimarron. Up
Make sure you
there.
get your volcano done first. Huh? If you want to draw humans near the volcano, go for it. If you want to draw somebody surfing on the lava, go for it.
It depends right down the ground. Sharpen it there.
Everybody who understands, please put your thumbs up. There's people in the back who don't have a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Sir, you in the back with the pencil, thumbs up. All right, cool. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Remember to label this. Remember, label your volcano. And remember to put your name in the date.
Volcano Fuji.
Oh, and name your volcano. I want your volcano to have a name.
Can it be any name?
Any name. Make it special.
What is that?
My stuff's the same.
Hey, Moy, you know I'm gonna name out carne asada Friday. He's calling it walk.
Music? Awesome. Make sure to label it.
That belly.